This is the exact process I have used to scale creative agencies and agencies from 20k a month up to 200, 300k a month, with all from 5 clients a month to people who have 100 plus active clients every single month. So I'm going to show the exact flow I use when I build CRM systems for agencies and kind of what I look out for and kind of the main focus of CRM systems. This will be the flow I'll walk you through today, kind of the flow of a good CRM system inside of ClickUp. I do use Monday, I do use other platforms. However, ClickUp's the best, in my opinion, one of the best platforms to scale with. Sure, HubSpot works, sure, Hello works, but for creative agencies, ClickUp is the best. That's my honest opinion. And based, of course, on data and comments I work with. Monday, I've seen a lot of lacking feature on Monday, and that's why I kind of not recommend Monday. I have compass on Monday, of course, but I don't recommend Monday. To the point, we have lead sources. We have lead sources such as website forms, we have contact pages, we have newsletters, cold outreach like email, LinkedIn, Instagram DMs, referrals, social content, call to actions, lead magnets, free audits, requests, paid ads. I mean, there's a plenty and a plethora of different methods you can use with your lead sources. I mean, there's so many lead sources. I mean, there's Google ads, even though that's, of course, it's within paid ads. There's SEO audits, audits especially is a big thing. SEO overall, like search engine optimization, there's so much stuff you can do for leads. However, the things I've seen perform the best for creative agencies is cold outreach with email, is referrals, paid ads, and the most important, in my opinion, of course, is lead magnet downloads. And those are the core four. Website form, of course, you can't really push. Sure, SEO works, but it's not the best thing. Contact pages, it's the same thing. Newsletters are major. I do love newsletters. There's plenty of value in them. However, you do have to have some sort of audience for newsletters. And it's like a big learning curve. There's some stuff you have to think about and so on. Cold outreach like email is, in my opinion, extremely easy to do. I do it myself for my clients and for my own agency. Highly recommend cold email. If you think cold email is dead in 2025, then you're highly mistaken, because I do get plenty of clients with their cold email. We have LinkedIn, also a big thing, but we have also referrals. I think LinkedIn and email are kind of similar. We have, of course, lead magnets, and we have paid ads. Paid ads probably being the biggest revenue driver for all creative agencies, be honest. However, for beginners, probably not the best thing, because you do have to have, of course, money to spend on ads. So once the leads are captured through these forms, we have the ClickUp board. We will use, of course, the lead catcher ClickUp board. In this case, we will capture all the leads with different stages. We have new, we have contacted, we have follow-ups, we have booked, lost, closed, and so on. We will see where the leads are coming from, the due dates, of course, the contact status, client names, budgets, last touchpoint dates, and so on. You can include whatever you want, but keeping track of your leads. Super important to keep track of every single lead you get, because that is a lot of money, right? There's so much value in leads. Never lose track of leads. I mean, the most common thing I always say to my clients is they don't have a lead problem, they have a closing problem, right? Because there's so many leads, I think, are being missed out on just by not having anything to provide, not having anything to sell. So to the more important stuff, the ClickUp board is built up on new leads, contact leads, kind of discovery booked, no-show, qualified. If they're a qualified client, of course, because not everybody will be qualified. Some may be like, I have had some teams who are like solo entrepreneurs, they don't have a team. That, of course, makes the thing a bit difficult, because they don't have kind of the budget to spend on CRM systems. To the point, of course, we have auto email reminders, also manual reminders, Slack notifications. Super important. I did a previous video a couple days ago about Slack and automations. Please, for the love of God, automate Slack notifications once a lead comes in. If a lead is new within the board, contact them ASAP. We never want a lead inside of the new stage. Like, there shouldn't even be an option, in my opinion, right? It should be lead contacted, not new lead contacted. We have, of course, contact autofill, kind of based on the other automations. We have kind of no template preloaded, all the things that are important about the client, revenue, headcounts, location, and so on, everything Then you have the discovery call, of course, call booked, notes logs, like everything should be within the CRM platform. Super important. Input everything that's happening up to this stage, to booked, won, lost, whatever. Keep track of every single lead. Promise, it will be the biggest game changer for your agency. Keep track of them. See if they have, maybe the last touchpoint date was a month ago. You have to follow up with the client, right? Minimal 2-3 follow-ups per week, at minimum, right? Have value in your follow-ups, of course, as well. In this case, of course, CRM pipeline discovery done, proposal sent. Sometimes, of course, you can custom the call. This depends on how you sell with side of your agency. Some agencies do sell after the call, some sell during the call. In my opinion, being completely honest, I don't like hard selling. I think it's one of the common mistakes people do is either hard sell without any pre-qualifications. They don't do lead magnet follow-ups, or like pre-calls. You should always do, most important, you do, of course, testimonials, case studies, proof, free stuff, free CRM systems, free audits, free magnets, everything before a call. Prepare for discovery call, and you have a much higher, like you shouldn't deal with 50 different objections, right? That means that I can guarantee you, if they're not sure about the value in the beginning, they'll probably still not be sure of the value after a month, right? It's kind of difficult, also depending on what you sell and so on. So stop hard selling, in my opinion. Just do it properly, because you don't want to sell a solution for somebody who don't need this. Like, if a person already has the best CRM system out there, I won't sell them a CRM system. Make sure they have the pain point, make sure they actually have a problem, because if, let's say, their CRM is dialed, if they have the best website in the world, don't sell them a website, because there will be no value, they will churn, you waste a bunch of money on everything, and time and resources, right? So make sure, if there's close lost, of course, in my opinion, good thing to keep in mind, if they do leave, and if, of course, if it's not a win of the client, if you lose the client, make sure to get the reason why you lose the client, right? Because if maybe it's because of the value, they don't have the problem, is too pricey, like, because if like make sure just to get the reason why they are saying no, right? Because there's plenty of data of people who are saying no, and understand kind of why they're saying no. I think there's huge value in that. Then, of course, we have the ClickUp delivery setup. This will be another setup, something like the campaign launcher. In here, we'll automatically create all the clients based on, of course, once you have onboarded them. So it will be waiting on info. And of course, we have subtasks on our clients and so on, kind of what to do, review, submit a brief, create ad copy, design creatives, everything automatically created with side of ClickUp. So once a deal has been won, start on them immediately if you can, right? So if a client comes in, you move the stage from the lead catcher to discovery phase. It automatically creates all the tasks, auto signs all the people, like auto signing everything. You don't have to kind of say in Slack saying, hey, get this done. Everything get notified automatically within ClickUp. And then, of course, they start immediately. Like, show value in the first 48 hours or 24 hours if you can, of course, depending on what service you do. Show value, even if it's a small win, it all makes a difference, right? So that could be kind of the verbal yes, your auto task created, team assigned, timeline started, everything automatically inside of ClickUp with automations. Client portal, of course, we have dashboards, client communications, kind of assets, kind of depending on what you do. I know like people who do ads do need a lot of copywriting, of course they do ads, pictures and so on. So make sure to get everything as soon as possible, because I have seen, after working with a lot of creative agencies, getting just login info, like meta ad info, pixel setup, of course all the photos, assets, logos, it takes a while for them, right? So make sure to get everything done ASAP. Get all the assets immediately, because there's huge value in that. Then, of course, there's a feedback proof, surveys, testimonials, of course, case study draft, referral ask. And make sure to ask for referral, kind of not 3 months after you use the system, kind of couple weeks or couple days, depending on what you sell and how much value you have in it. and make sure to ask for referral quite kind of, the earlier you do it, the better in my opinion, because the more you wait, let's say you wait 6 months, right? They'll probably forgot the feeling of having the new CRM system. Then same way, you probably forget the feeling of having a new iPhone or new computer or whatever. You get the point, right? So make sure to ask. And I'm going to show you kind of the exact step down on CRM. Of course, this is all theory. I'm better to show you, of course, inside of ClickUp. So to explain the process a bit more in detail, we have the lead catcher systems. Inside of the lead catcher, we have, of course, all your leads based on lead source, assignee, due date, status. Make sure to track all of your leads, put stages, you just press on customize stage. In this case, just press on the 3 dots, edit statuses, and kind of use all the custom statuses. If you have, let's say, follow-up call, if that's a thing, add that as well. Just make sure you have, of course, a detailed view of all where your clients live and kind of how much they're worth, how much, if it's urgent. It can be, of course, a cold lead, a hot lead. Let's say you have had a lead from a cold lead saying yes, responded, hey, I'm interested. Or if you have a referral, also extremely interested, that one probably is easy to close and has more value than, of course, a cold email that maybe don't know the price, they don't know the value and so on. They're just interested in some ads, right? So if you can pick priorities, if it's high, urgent, low, the more value for the easier you can close the client, the more urgent it is because they're looking for a solution to solve their problems. Put client names, put last touchpoint date. I do think it's extremely important because if you follow, like, let's say you have contact stage. I have seen systems who have contact stage back in last year in like November or October, right? That shouldn't be there. Just remove it. If it's like either you follow up consistently or you don't follow up at all, right? Because make sure to follow up with your leads because this they do need a solution. One, they maybe haven't seen the value yet, and number two, people are busy, and I think that's one of the most common mistakes I have done myself. I forget that people are extremely busy. They have lots of things to do, especially like CEOs and owners. Make sure to follow up with leads because I can't tell you how many clients I've lost just because I haven't followed up with clients. Super important, right? So you put in the stages, you kind of walk you through. Let's say Nicole is now in closed. Create an automation inside of ClickUp. Once status is closed, you create a new client inside of the client onboarding system. And onboard clients start working with them, auto sign everybody, make sure to get the platforms, create the statuses. I mean, there are intake forms, just fill them out, get everything assigned, like start working on them ASAP, show value, and just make sure they understand the value delivering. That will help you massively, of course, once you have the calls and kind of the initial process and so on. So yeah, use systems like this, use the lead catcher, use the campaign launcher, make sure to get everything step by step right, and just make sure to capture everything inside of your CRM system, right? If it's Monday, if it's ClickUp, doesn't really matter. I've just seen that ClickUp can do a lot of more things than Monday can do, especially. But like Asana, Trello, Salesforce, Pipedrive, they're all kind of the same. I just think ClickUp is one of the simplest platforms to use with the most value. And of course, if you have like a full system, it will look something like this instead. We have like active clients, we have of course leads, we have campaign deliveries. If you have like active campaigns, there is a lot to systems like this, so keep that in mind. But you don't have to filter like this. Just put assign myself, right? I just see my own tasks, the due dates, what needs to be done. Simple as, right? Like you don't have to have everything. Like I don't have to see like my colleagues' tasks. That is kind of unnecessary if I don't work with them. If they do like SEO and I do meta ads, I shouldn't really see his tasks. But that's not really relevant to me, right? So that is it for how I can structure ClickUp. I have one leads form. I have one leads form. I have one active clients form, and then I have one for client delivery, just kind of to separate client delivery and active clients. I think it's just easy because there can be a lot of tasks that needs to be done inside of campaign deliveries, and that's kind of why I want having them separate. Also, depending on how big your team is. If your team is like 3 clients and they pay you like 10K a month, you can have everything in one list probably. depending, right, how you structure, of course, and what type of creativity you do, if you do ads, if you do cold email, if you do LinkedIn outreach, depending on what to do, structure, just make it simple for teams and structure the way that kind of makes it the easiest way to read the whole system, right? So auto assign, create tasks, get everything done, and I have plenty of tutorials, and I have a 12-step free guide on ClickUp on how to actually build all the dashboards. Of course, like this, I'm going to show you revenue dashboards. We have everything inside of here. We have SEO calendars that are tracked inside of the Google Calendar and Apple Calendar. We have project management coaches, only one global workspaces, and we do have a lot inside of here. So make sure to structure everything and just get everything done, in my opinion. Highly recommend setting up ClickUp in a very simple way and use my 12-step free guide to kind of get everything up and running. So this will be kind of the outline, and I have plenty of more detailed videos on how exactly I build out everything. But this is the general outline of how I use ClickUp to scale agencies. I have everything separate, everything super simple to see. I don't mix and match leads and active clients, never. And hopefully that helps kind of to use structure your own ClickUp and kind of use this funnel of ClickUp boards from leads to active clients, then of course feedback loop of service, testimonials, referrals, and so on. But yeah, good luck, and if you need any help with ClickUp or any CRM system, just contact me. Thank you.